And if you just simple laughing like that, you activate the thymus. Fear affects the thymus the most, and it shuts down the immune system. Now your immune system, you have army and soldier to fight you, and especially you activate the thymus, that is the commander. If the commander don't train out well from the thymus, they don't know how to directing all the other white blood cells to fight the war. At least 3 minutes, at least 5 to 3 minutes every day.
3 minutes laughing.
Yes, laughing loud at home, everybody in the house will feel better. I tell you, you burn out a lot of stress, you burn out a lot of fear, and you burn out a lot of negative emotion that bother us.
The world is changing. Inspiration is everywhere. It has never been so easy to connect, share, and bring people together. We're learning from others and finding the best in ourselves. Challenging our beliefs, sharing our vulnerability, overcoming our fears, transforming ourselves so we can transform the world. How far can we go?
This is London Real. I am Brian Rose. My guest today is... This is London Real. I am Brian Rose. My guest today is Mantak Chia, the Taoist master, author, and healer who teaches people how to empower themselves through the cultivation of their Qi energy. You are the creator of the Universal Healing Tao system and have been named in the 100 most spiritually influential people in the world. You're best known for your deep understanding of the power of sexual energy through the male and female multiple orgasm. You also show how we can activate our biobattery known as the second brain and teach the art of using our Qi energy to heal ourselves. With the current coronavirus global lockdown, your practices are giving people guidance on how to strengthen their immune system, manage emotions, and transform stress into vitality. Master Chia, welcome back to London Real, sir.
Hi, I'm very happy to be here again, Brian.
Great to have you. You are now at the Tao Garden in Thailand. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you're in your theater there, but you've shut down the Tao Garden, but you still have your theater and you're doing video. Is that right?
Yes, I'm doing online now and recording something on the Facebook or YouTube.
Okay. Well, great. I'm super excited today. And for people that are watching, we've got an amazing show because we've got demonstrations coming up. Master Chia has slides, and I'm super excited. So first of all, Master Chia, what is some Taoist advice on how we can deal with this coronavirus? And obviously, I guess our immune system. But when you first started hearing about the coronavirus, what were some of the things you started thinking about from your practices?
Because the Tao, from 1,000 years until now, we also know that the heart and thymus is very important because heart involved with emotional. So all when we feel happy, love, joy, happiness, and it's shining and radiant out into the heart. When it's shining and radiant out into the heart, we started to feel the heart with love, and it's the strongest healing. When people have fear, stress, and phobia, and all kind of stress, now you shut down the immune system. And when we have so worry every day, you're shutting down the whole immune system, and the heart get big trouble. And the thymus, because the thymus is the one that training the general and the army for us. The general and the captain and lieutenant have to guide the white blood cell to fight the war. If we don't have a good general that train out from the thymus we call a little heart. So that's why when we are simple laughing from the heart, and we can do a very simple one. We call the activate the thymus and the heart laughing.
Okay. All right. So you're all about trying to get the love back in your heart as opposed to people walking around in fear and being scared of what's happening, because that's going to break down the immune system. So you want to start from the very beginning and get more heart energy, more love energy. Is that correct?
Yes.
And I love how we're starting here. How do we do that, Master Chia?
Yeah, very simple. That number one, we have to make sure we activate the thymus gland. And the thymus gland, so if you tap on here, and that is the thymus. In the Tao, we say a little heart, because it works together with the heart. So we call little heart, and the thymus gland is giving order to fight. When the heart is the only one know everything. If we give them enough information, they know. So now, so if you put your hand here and you laugh loud, very simple. Every day laugh loud. So you put the hand like this and you laugh loud. And if you just simple laughing like that, you activate the thymus.
I got to try that, Master Chia. All right, so here we go. I'm going to try this. Ready? So, you got me laughing now, Master Chia. Did I do it? Did I do it right? Did I do it right?
Yes, right. But you put your hand a little bit higher.
Okay, higher. Okay, higher.
Touch
here.
it and push it and laugh.
Like the breastplate.
Activate, and you really.
All right, everybody needs to try this at home right now. Like three big laughs and push in, right? So. Okay, now what's happening there, Master Chia?
You know, when you laugh, you exactly, you know, a lot of fear, a lot of worry. We worry so much, no money, no work, no all kind of problem, no way to get out. So in the Tao say, if you cannot get out, you go in yourself. Inside your body is the best. If you cannot go in yourself, you have your mind are too busy in thinking about all the problem, and we hear too much news, and that gives us worse, more fear, more phobia, more stress hormone. Now we get big trouble. All the immune system shut down because fear affects the thymus the most, and it shut down the immune system.
Okay, so this should be a daily practice where you're doing the big laugh and pushing with the thymus.
If they can laugh a few times a day, a lot of worry thing is gone, because you spend time in laughing, no time to think about worry and fear and stress.
Okay, now Master Chia, just want a quick question. You're in your 70s. Are you worried about catching the coronavirus or getting sick or dying?
No, because now they've been proved that all the problem we have is the immune system going down. And exactly what we are now in this situation, and everybody have fear, and this fear can spread out very, very big, like the contagious disease spread them all out, okay? And when we have fear, and we say that fear involved with the stress also, and meanwhile, we're hearing all the bad news and people die and all these things. So if you just turn inwardly and don't get rid of the fear and the stress, now you don't shut down your immune system. Now your immune system, you have army and soldier to fight you. And especially you activate the thymus, that is the commander. If the commander don't train out well from the thymus, they don't know how to directing all the other white blood cells to fight the war.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So it starts with the thymus. Okay, all right, that's super helpful, Master Chia. What else should we know about how to strengthen our immune system in these times?
Another one, because I like to talk about is the emotional part. Emotional is the one that works shut down the immune system. So the other way we can do is the make sure your abdominal, we call the Dantian fire, the abdominal area, because this is the fire, the energy, or we call a power plant that feeding us to fight the war. Because the power is giving to all the soldier, the army, the general to fight the war. So we always start with very simple, we call abdominal laughing. This is the most important part because when you laugh and you generate heat. So now we're going to start with very simple, we call abdominal laughing, the same again. But now you change the position into abdominal area.
Okay, so I'm bringing my hands down to my abdomen. Okay.
Abdominal, yeah.
Okay.
So and you laugh. So now we laugh on the abdominal. And rub it warm.
Okay, rub your stomach. Okay.
Yeah, when you rub it warm, because this dummy is the one that training our B lymphocyte and and a lot, 70% of our white blood cells are staying in the abdominal area.
Okay.
So this is a big training camp.
Okay, and Master Chia, when you were teaching me in London, you had me many times when we massage our organs start with the abdomen, right? And build up heat and energy, right?
Right.
Okay.
So when you build up heat, now the intestine, all the B lymphocyte, all the white blood cell get the warm energy. They have energy to fight. You know, we have so much problem is that we don't have energy. And not energy because emotional drain us out. And every day we listen to so many news, people dying, spreading out, this one shutting down, business shutting down, nothing work. Now we feel very depressed. When depressed, energy gone.
Yes. Yes. It's funny, when I was laughing there, Master Chia, I actually couldn't stop laughing.
It should be at least 3 minutes, at least 5 to 3 minutes every day.
3 minutes laughing.
Loud. Yes, laughing loud at home. Everybody in the house will feel better.
What if people out there say, Master Chia, I can't laugh. Like I just can't laugh right now because I'm depressed and I'm sad and I'm in fear. How do you get people to laugh?
They have to just watch the London Reel and follow laughing, that's it. And they try to laugh because everybody can laugh and everybody can happy. The whole thing is that we can be happy or we can be sad or depressed or fear or phobia. We can. If you say, I can do it, and you follow, laugh, if you feel happy, everything good. And if you know that the abdominal are so important, we call it biggest training camp that we have. If you in a war and all the training camp shut down, I don't know how we're going to fight the war.
Right. Okay. And I mean, I'm not someone who laughs a lot, but I started laughing with you there, and I did it, and I couldn't stop laughing. So it's important, and it feels good. And I think people forget to laugh these days, you know, because everything's so serious, and everyone's worried about the future. But there's every reason to laugh, right? We're here, we're alive. We should be. It's a choice to be happy, right? It's a choice to be happy or sad.
Right.
All right. So
you have the choice to choose.
Right. It's that simple, and that can affect your immune system, which could make you live or die. So it's important. Okay.
Very important. So when you laugh, you aware the heart and aware the thymus, because heart and thymus, they always work as one team. And we have one more exercise, one more very simple thing, you know. So when you feel your abdominal warm and you feel your heart warm, okay. So we said fire. So we said Dantian fire, here have fire, and the heart, when you feel that you have enough love and you combine the love together, we call a loving fire. So this loving fire, when you have feel a loving fire, now we started to breathe them in. So if you look at this one, so you breathe them in, all your fear, phobia, stress, hatred, impatience, breathe them into the heart and hold it and spiral for a moment and let the heart fire burning all these fear, stress, anxiety, stress hormone, all these things, let burn in there, and you exhale again, radiant our love into just radiant them out. Or you can radiant out into your loved one, or you can radiant out to your friends, the people around you. Because once you activate the heart fire, there's so much power you can do it. So if you can do about few minutes, I tell you, you burn out a lot of stress, you burn out a lot of fear, and you burn out a lot of negative emotion that bother us.
Okay, so I start with the thymus and I do the pushing while I do the upper laughing. Then I hold my hands on the abdomen, I do the lower laughing, and I have that heart energy. Then I breathe in all of my pain and fear and hatred and phobia. I let it spin around in my heart fire, let it burn all that away, and then I exhale all this positive energy and love to everyone around me.
Yes, that's perfect. That's all. I tell you, if people can, they have to do at least 3 minutes to 5 minutes. Because if they can do 3 or 5 minutes, they will do for 10 minutes. Because people, conscious and subconsciousness, we are run by subconsciousness 70%. You only have to practice something that can overcome the subconscious. And now we are listening to all the news and hear so many people complain and hear people problem. So now we're taking in and become our subconscious. And the subconscious run us 70% 90% of our emotional. And bad habit, emotional. So if you burn them, you think that you can bring, the heart is so powerful, like fire. So you bring into the heart, and you radiant and hold a moment and burning. You have to continue to do the same thing over and over. And you watch that negative emotional that coming into us, it burn. Now, mind and heart is always work at the same time, but heart can shining and radiant because the heart have the ability to shining and radiant out all this loving energy. Okay. It's shining radiant out from the heart, and it's when you radiant them out, it really radiant out to the people around you and your family, and you fill up your room. You see, the important part, you can fill up the room that you have. And the violet light, if you have a red and violet light, we know ultraviolet kill bacteria, and that is the light. We can really have that kind of spectrum to do the job of killing bacteria inside us.
Wow, that's heavy stuff, Master Chia. So you're putting all that energy in the heart, that heart fire, you're burning that negative emotions, and then you're creating the radiation, the ultraviolet radiation to kill the bacteria.
Yes.
That's big stuff, Master Chia.
Because the heart can do it. The mind and the heart work together. It's just like the commander-in-chief, the general, and the army, when they are really, because the mind like the commander. And when the mind are so much out, fear, if the general have fear and phobia, and the commander also have fear and worrying, I don't know how you're going to guide the war. And the soldier, I don't think that anybody, the white blood cell like a general soldier, and they don't know how to do that. Nobody can guide the war, and we're going to lose the war.
Okay, and so you should visualize mentally that you're radiating all this ultraviolet energy into the room. That's what you should do.
Yes. to the body first, and we go into the room, because the room, human love. If a children, when they have nothing, children very happy and they have no worry and everything. If you have their camera to take, can see a children, the love aura, when they're happy and laugh and joy and jumping, the aura is out and fill the room. The adult can feel it. When we watch the children play and happy and jumping around, their energy affecting the whole room. And now if we train a little bit, we can fill the whole room with loving energy, and it protecting us in the room. But you have to think 6 direction: above, below, front and back, left and right. And you fill them with love. And but you have to burn all the negative first. Otherwise, your heart don't have enough power.
Right. And I think we know if you walk into the room with someone, a stranger or a loved one, and they're in a bad mood, they're in a fearful mood or a hateful mood, I mean, you can feel the energy. You can feel it when you walk in the room, right? And if they're in a happy, forgiving, grateful mood, you can feel that energy without them even speaking, right, Master Chia? And
yes.
And it's contagious. If you're around negative energy people, then you become negative.
Yeah, when people laughing and it contagious, we laughing. So it's one person in the family leading it, okay? Laughing, let's do it and laughing, better. Just 1 minute or 2 minutes and laugh. And suddenly the whole room started to be laugh and talk more happiness and more joyfulness. And the fear and phobia, when people come in a room and talk so bad, how many people die, these people die, have no money. Now, this kind of energy sucks everybody down. The whole room are sucking down in fear.
Right, and that's what happens with the news, because the news, their product is fear, really, for many, many news organizations. And people become addicted to the fear, and they come back for more every day because they get probably a weird adrenaline panic reaction. And so the news is kind of promotes the fear. It's like having a room full of billions of people with bad news, right? So you need to be careful not to be around that bad energy.
Yes, but the only one way we have to train to just yourself laughing first. You're laughing when you laugh for a while, and you're training every day. And you, in the beginning, we can smile to the heart and pretend you're happy. If you keep on pretending, you fake it until it's become real.
Yeah.
So you're smiling, but the heart, it really store love, joy, happiness. If you believe that, all you do is laughing and smiling to the heart. So the heart, when the heart can have a lot of love, you can start it to shining and radiant to all the other organs. So when it's shining to all the other organs, now the other organ inside you also feel happy. Feel love, feel joy, feel happy, appreciation, gratefulness. And everybody inside your body organ are become happy also.
Right, and we've done that in London, where we kind of push the warm energy and the happiness into the abdomen and the liver and the kidneys, and so we've done that practice before. Go ahead, Mr. Chia, you have something else?
Yes, so we just smiling, it's just like smiling to the organ and radiant out into the other organ. Now when you do that, you have everybody work as a team, and it's a happy team. Everybody work as a team.
Okay, I think we lost your video real quickly here, Master Chia, so let's just get your video back. You know, one thing I noticed there is when I was laughing, like I didn't want to laugh, but after laughing for about 4 big laughs, I started uncontrollably laughing. So like this even works even for grumpy, old men. Like it actually started making me just keep laughing when I did that. So I'm going to start doing this right after I meditate in the morning. I'm sure my wife is going to wonder what I'm laughing about, but I'm going to start practicing this for the thymus and then the abdomen, and then try that whole heart energy piece as well and see if I can breathe it out. One other thing, Master Chia, that you said about children, I have 2 boys, they're 3 and 4 years old, and like every day I watch them and they don't care about the coronavirus. They don't care about the lockdown. For them, every day is a beautiful party for them.
Like they're just happy to be here, period. They're just happy to be human. Everything for them is fun and exciting and challenging and funny or dramatic. And it's great to be around little humans like that because they give you lots of radiate this positive energy. And so I've been getting great lessons from my boys these past few weeks because they've been great to be around. Plus I can grab them and hug them and kiss them and mess with them. So I get a lot of physical contact, but also they just show me that at the end of the day, it's just great to be here regardless and just be in this world where we can see things and think things and feel things and eat things and all that stuff. So it's been great to have them. And being around humans that have that positive energy makes a really big difference. And it's been great. So we've had Master Chia on the show now, I think 4 or 5 times. And Master Chia was at our summit event in 2019 where he did a great demonstration on stage. And, to this day, Master Chia's stuff is some of the most powerful videos we've ever broadcast. And I still think his clip on male sexual energy is our most watched piece of video in London Real history, as far as a clip. You can all get that on our YouTube channel and our website. You can watch all the full interviews. He also read my charts one time, my astrological charts. We've done all different organ massage. We've gone super deep on multiple male orgasms, multiple female orgasms. And, I even teach some of Master Chia's stuff inside our London Real Academy and our Life Accelerator program and teach people about sexual energy because it's so powerful. So hopefully we'll have some time today to go into some of that stuff as well. But this is super powerful stuff. And we've been hearing from a lot of people in the last 2 weeks about how your physical is so dependent on your mental. And if you can be in the right frame of mind and the right positivity, be visualizing the right things, it's going to affect your immune system. And one of the biggest problems of the lockdown is it puts so many people in fear that we're actually increasing the problem. We're compounding the problem of the virus because people's immune systems are lower. So it just makes it harder. And there's a fine line between telling people what they can and cannot do and shouldn't do, like social distancing and lockdowns, versus making them so terrified that it ends up making them sick. So this is the time to practice these things, to go into this laughing energy in the morning, to go into warming the heart and breathing in all the negativity and exhaling all that positive emotions. And this is the time to do it. And it's never been so important. And we're hearing this from so many guests. So I love Master Chia's stuff. It's super truthful. I was super skeptical when I first met with Mantak Chia. And if you watch the first episode on our website, then you can see how he made me super uncomfortable. Our first meeting talking about sexual energy, and we were doing all these spinal fluid exercises. But Master Chia is the real deal. He's been doing this for like 50 years. I remember one time he told me he was in Berlin teaching this stuff when the wall was still up in Berlin. So this is like in the 80s. He's been teaching this stuff and touring the world. I think we're getting this video feedback here. We're just getting the audio, and we'll be ready to go where we left off with Master Chia. So we're just waiting on audio and we're ready to go. And I think we were going in to some of the organs and how we can smile to the organs, as Master Chia would say. And this is something we talked about in previous episodes of London Real, where you actually smile into your organs, which is, I think, a way of getting that positive energy into the rest of your body. And again, it's amazing what you can do with your hands, and then just like getting heat with your abdomen and moving that heat into different organs of your body. I mean, these things we have are something that these opposable thumbs, 99.9% of the animal species on the planet don't have them. And so they never get to know that they could use, their own body to channel energy to other parts of your body. So again, Master Chia and I have been on like a 4-year adventure learning this stuff, and everything he's told me has been very true. So Matt, I think
I'm back.
You're back. Great to have you back, Master Chia. I was just telling people a little bit about the last 4 years of all the training you taught me, and I was talking about how my young boys are radiating energy all the time. So you were talking about the organs, right? Smiling onto the organs. Is that what you were going to go to? Tell us about that.
Yes, because the important part of the Tao practice is the organs, because if we learn how to smile and radiate out into the organs, and because the heart is in the center, and it can shining and radiate out to organ by organ. We can shining out into the spleen, pancreas, stomach. So people need to have some kind of idea of the organs. So we're smiling into the spleen, pancreas, stomach, to the lung, to the kidney, and to the liver, and back into the heart again. In that way, we started to see that all the organs also receive the energy, and it gives back the energy to the heart. So now everybody work as a team. The same thing like in a family. When we radiate out to the people with love, people will start to send more love to us also. So we have more loving energy.
Okay, so you move that heart energy and you just move it around to the organs by touching the organs as well, and just by visualizing and smiling.
Visualizing it.
Right.
And the organ, because now the West discovered that we have this sympathetic and parasympathetic. And the center of the brain, we call the hypothalamus, is the one that are controlling all the sympathetic and parasympathetic, and the smiling can switch between from sympathetic, or we call the stress hormone, back into parasympathetic, we call rest and digestion. Because when we are so much stressful, we are in a fight mode. When we're in a fight mode, the body put all the energy into the arm and to the leg. So it shut down most of the operation in the abdominal area, because they have to give the power to fight or give power to the leg for running. So we call fight and flight response. And that's why when it shut down the organ energy, all the immune system, no way to do anything. But human creating a lot of fight and flight response by overstress hormone.
Right, and we've had guests that have talked about the parasympathetic and sympathetic, and I know panic breathing can get the parasympathetic, working, and all of a sudden your body's panicking. I see what you're saying. The blood goes into your appendages to run away, and then that hurts your immune system. So by focusing on the internal organs, you get back into your sympathetic system, and that should help you heal more.
Yes, in the parasympathetic system. So because when you go into not in the fight mode is shut down immune system and give all the power into the fighting and running. So the smiling and the hypothalamus can swap between these two.
Okay.
And the liver also, when we are more relaxed, the liver will start to detox. Otherwise, we're going to get very, very bad toxic, accumulate too much in the whole body, and we can be very sick.
Okay. Super helpful, Master Chia. All right, so we've got the whole thing from the laughing to the heart energy to smiling into the other organs and getting the whole thing working as a team and getting our fight or flight response reversed and back into our body to build our immune system. So super helpful. Very helpful, Master Chia. What's next?
I like to share especially about the COVID-19, because the COVID is something that nobody knows what is it, because it's a very strange, because they are so small, and they so if you look at this part, they are so small and they only have the gene. They have gene, but they have crown going out, and they can hook up with the receptor of our cell and fool the cells. So the cell, when they hook up with the cell, they fool the cell think that, oh, this is gene. So they take in, and now the coronavirus started to tell the cell to reproduce the same gene. of what they have. And the cell don't know, they just do it. And that's why they are fooled by it. Now, in the Tao state, very simple, if you can picture the coronavirus and let the mind know and let the heart know, and let them know that it's just like a traitor. A traitor destroy us, and we don't know who destroy us. Because a traitor, we don't know. Only a traitor until somebody know the traitor and take the picture and post the picture. Say, oh, this is the traitor. And tell the army, tell the policeman that this is the traitor. We have to run after this, fight, and kill them. Now, the thymus and the B lymphocyte have to know. But the mind have to know first, and the heart have to know. And now, when the heart know, they tell the thymus, tell all the captain, general know, and everybody passing down. And now they started to do the war, to fight the war.
Okay, so if you actually visualize that virus, it can start telling the system to be prepared to fight against it, and all of the organs is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, all right, that's powerful. Anything else?
Because we don't know, our body don't know them because they look like a gene. And the cell even don't know it fool the gene. So if we don't tell the body, say, hey, this guy is a traitor, going to kill us. And now you know the face and how they look like, now we can tell everybody.
All right, so you visualize actually what the coronavirus looks like, and you're transferring that knowledge down into your body with your mind.
And the heart first and the thymus.
And the heart and the thymus, okay.
Because this is the one that order to fight. The thymus, he keep order from the heart, and the heart keep order and keep order also to other places, prepared to fight the war. And they have to know how to prepare. They have a procedure of making chemical or making all kind of weapon in order to fight all these kind of bacteria, because this is new to the body and the body don't know them.
Okay, that's very helpful. Anything else that we should do specifically for the COVID-19 or coronavirus? Because I guess it's
we're talking about the white energy, okay? And usually we said the back of the head here, on the back of the head, can activate the moonlight, the moon energy on the back of the head. So you think the back of the head here have a moon shining, a silver light, and it's shining down into the brain, and from the brain going down to perineum. So you coming out into the perineum. So the light shining down to perineum, and you feel the perineum have white light.
Okay, and where's the perineum for people that don't know?
Perineum between anus and the sexual organ, but more in front of the anus.
Okay, all right, and so you're bringing that meridian from the back of your head, and you're shining a white light down through the back of your head, or the top of your head? The back of your head.
The back of the head to receive the moonlight.
Okay.
So if you have moon, if you just look at the moon and you turn your back toward the moon and think the silver white light shining on the back of the head, because moon if you think the moon as a silver white light, they have the power it's the energy for the soldier, the white blood cell. Because, general or captain is only a few, but by million and billion is a white blood cell. So the white blood cell need the white light that from the silver moon, and the silver moon can receive on the back of the head. And if you push this silver moon light down to the perineum, now the perineum is called the base, and it can generate a lot of white light into all the body and the cells.
Okay, do I need a moon? Does it have to be at night? Do I have to see the moon? Or is it visualizing the white light as if it's the moon?
The moon actually in daytime, they're still there.
Right, okay.
It's always there in the sky. sometimes if you have a Skywalker is a program, they will tell you where the moon, where the sun, and where is the Jupiter, and where is, so you know the moon, but actually the moon is shining, is everywhere.
Okay.
So if you think about the moon and the silver white light moon and the back shining on you, and they have connecting right down into the perineum.
Okay. Do I have to touch anything for this exercise? Do I have to stand up? And...
Or if you just lightly hit here,
yeah,
on the back here,
okay,
and lightly, some people may be not very comfortable, but you can just press your perineum in front of the anus, and you know the point, and you think about that point is a light, a white light down there.
okay.
Now this white light, when you focus for a while, this white light will gradually coming up into the to the body and intestine, and keep the white light. The white blood cell need white light to give them power to fight the war. If you have white blood cell, have soldier, but there's no food and no energy, they cannot fight the war. That's why the weak immune system is because of that, because we don't have enough white light to fight the war.
Okay. All right. So this is the second practice we can do, channeling that light to the back of the head, touching that perineum, and then pulling that down and then letting it radiate and strengthening your white blood cells. And so people that have been watching Master Chia on London Real for a while will be very comfortable touching their perineum. Although when I first met Master Chia, I wasn't, but this is just part of the drill. And if this sounds strange to you, like I say with all of Master Chia's stuff, try it first and then be the judge. Because for Westerners, they're like, this doesn't make sense to me, but Mantak Chia is the real deal. So, you know, like I said, try it. All right, Master Chia, this is super helpful. Definitely, I also want to, at some point today, talk about the bio battery and then also sexual energy and how that can help us in this time. But what else did you have planned for us today?
I want to talk about the food, that because light energy, but we need food for the white blood cell, because the white blood cell is the biggest army that we have. It is, as we say, that billion to trillion. There's so many hundred billion white blood cell, billion and billion and billion white blood cell inside us. Can be go up to so many 100,000 of the billion white blood cell. So, you know, sometimes, you know, sun, if you shining the sun or the light, white light into the perineum, or sometimes you have sun, you don't have to take off your clothes, but the sun can go through the perineum. This area needs sun, because this is, we call private place, and we always close down. We never expose to the sun. So when you never expose to the sun, this area is too wet and too dark and no energy. So this area needs light. So you can have sun, or you have the sun bulb shining on the perineum, and you feel warm and light, and you feel that light going up into the cell. So there's one way.
Okay, can I do that outside? Or I guess I shouldn't do that in the park in London because people will be scared.
No, if you're in a people a lot, you can have the sunlight bulb.
Okay.
In your house and shine, you're laying down and you're just shining right down into perineum. This is very important, because this energy that's shining on the perineum is the energy for all the soldiers to fight the war.
Okay. How much sunlight do I need to get on my perineum to charge me up and get my immune system working? Like, how long should I?
When you feel it warm.
Warm.
Feel that warm, and you think white light, and it's like battery, you know, like battery charging. So we have many circle here. So the circle is, every circle is one battery that you charge. If you charge about in the center, one circle or two circles, you have enough power to fight the war, especially when you're going to get sick. If you give them enough power, they will fight the war.
Okay. All right. Well, I bet nobody's ever heard of this one before. So I appreciate that, Master Chia. And like I said, try it before you judge, because I've found most of his stuff to be true. You mentioned the diet, the foods.
Yes. So in here, the same part you see here, coconut juice and coconut meat also give white blood cell energy. It's a white energy. Okay. This like food. This is the food for the white blood cell. So when you have the food like the coconut juice, or you have calcium, okay, and the strongest one is the onion and the garlic. So if you go to have sandwiches, you can order, or you can cut yourself onion more in the sandwiches, and you eat the sandwiches with a lot of onions, and after that you just smiling into the moon and smiling down into the perineum. And the onion actually is the food to strengthening this center, and this food and light going into the white blood cell. So eating onion alone is help, but if you're eating and you practice simple smiling to the perineum, or getting a light bulb shining to perineum, it really strengthening the immune system, because you need food and you need energy. Otherwise, there's no power to fight the war.
Okay. All right. That's super helpful, Master Chia. Thank you. That's going to get the white blood cells going. Again, I was asking about, well, I don't know if you have something else planned next, but at some point, this whole concept of the second brain and the bio battery, I'm always curious how that plays into this.
Because the West actually discovered that villi, some people say pronouncing the villi, is the intestine. The whole intestine period, the construction like a battery, negative and positive in the abdominal area. And this bio battery is so important, because the bio battery is the one that charges the battery and can give us more power energy. So the whole key is we have abdominal breathing. And so you just do the same thing like in the pranic breathing, and in the Tao we call abdominal breathing and the embryonic breathing. So we have two breathing. One is abdominal breathing and one is embryonic breathing. Okay, so we do the...
Can we try it together? How do people do it? Do they hold their hands on their abdomen?
Yes.
If people want to practice this at home, so hold two hands on the abdomen.
So you inhale, and inhale, exhale. There. And when you exhale, you hold your nose, hold your breath, and suck your stomach in. And hold your breath. And when you hold your breath and you feel the abdominal still moving, and now it generates electricity, it generates energy. And when you rest, you feel warm, and you feel that your small intestine, small and large intestine, are absorbing this heat stored in the battery.
Okay, so that's the bio battery where your energy is down there. Is that also your second brain as well?
Yes, because this is what the West finally discovered. The Tao used them as a Dantian. So the second brain, actually now we know that they give a name called mesentery. This second brain is the one that controls digestion, and the digestion here, and the absorption. It controls them. And this second brain is right on this abdominal, but closer to the spine. They have branches coming out, two branches. One branch is coming out from the lumbar 2 and 3, and that is the branches come up and control all the digestion. So they have a brain control, because the digestion have too many organs come to work as a team. You need a teamwork, okay? You need a controller to control the teamwork. And the absorption is a long intestine, very long intestine. and you need another set of nerve and separate from the brain, because this digestion, absorption have to be go on themselves. They are separate system at all. They have to be cannot controlled by the brain. So they have the own control system in themselves. They call the mesentery, which the West discovered these few years. And actually, they discovered this in London about a second brain. That's 100 years ago. But now, in last few years, they proved that this is the real brain. So the way that we always work in this abdominal area of breathing or holding the breath is very important. You know, holding the breath, actually now the health, all the health, the doctor and everything, this is the best way to test in this time, because the coronavirus destroy the air sac of the lung. And sometimes people have it, they don't know. It takes a while to manifest. But if you test your breathing, so that's why we call the ambient breathing. If you hold your breath and you can count up to 1 to 10, that means your lung good. If you can hold the breath and count up to 20 seconds, that is very good. So about up to 30 seconds, your lung is good capacity.
Okay. All right. That's super helpful. And again, a lot of people say they make decisions with their gut or they feel something. I mean, a lot of times that's the second brain kind of giving us signals that a lot of times we ignore, but there's a lot of intelligence going on in that abdomen area. Is that correct?
Yes. Actually, in the Tao way, we said all the organs give us information and data to supply to the brain, because we store all the data in the hard disk, and that is the organ. And when the brain needs any data, they access from the organ give it. The same thing like emotional is stored in the organ. If we have too much emotional clogged up in the organs, there's no data enough to store any information. So that's why the organ give us the information, give up the thinking. They can think and they can store, but the brain have to make decision.
Okay, that's super powerful. And I think a lot of people know they felt emotions in their organs, and sometimes when they move their body, they can feel like the emotions come out. So I love that analogy. All right, Master Chia, I don't know if you have something else planned, but I want to ask you a little bit about the sexual energy. Some people have never heard you talk about sexual energy. Maybe you can talk about how you can use that energy to build your immune system, and then how people can channel the sexual energy. And also, a lot of people are uncomfortable talking about sex in the West, just like I was uncomfortable the first time I met you. Maybe you can talk about how you think of sexual energy.
In the Tao, actually talk about love. We said arousal, orgasm, love, and compassion have to combine together. We call a good sex in the Tao, we say a good medicine. A good medicine. Now the West discovered the same thing, but in a different angle. So this is the West discover. They said the DNA renewal need arousal, orgasm, love, compassion, and vibration of the earth. So when these two vital states leading into what we call by love vibration. So in the Tao state, when you have orgasm, but not go to ejaculation. So the people have to learn how to, you don't have to ejaculation every time when you have sex. So we're going to give you a table that how many times you can have sex, but you don't have to ejaculation every time.
Now, like, I got to stop you there, Master Chia, because most men would not even understand what you're talking about. For most men, orgasm and ejaculation are the same thing.
Yes.
In the West.
I said you have to separate out orgasm, arousal, orgasm is one thing. Ejaculation is another thing. Okay? So in the Tao said when you ejaculation, if you want to train yourself healthier and more orgasm, if you ejaculation, that means your medicine are spoiled. You boil and you burn your medicine, the orgasm already finished. So in the Tao we're going to talk about, so if you understand this, so when we make love and we feel love, okay, when we make love and we feel love, the DNA cross over, and like serpent, they're elastic, embrace each other, and they make love and they give birth. If the DNA don't split, and eventually they're gonna die. So the best way for the DNA to split is when we feel arousal, orgasm, but not ejaculation.
Okay.
So in the Tao said, ejaculation is for having baby. But arousal orgasm is the energy, if you want to have baby, is passing down to the sperm and the mother's passing down to the egg in order to passing down to the next generation. But if you don't want baby, you can have orgasm, but you don't have to have ejaculation every time.
Okay. And without going into too much detail here, because we've talked about this on previous episodes at London Real, which people can watch on a website, but how do you have an orgasm without ejaculation if you're a man? Because like I said, most men don't even understand that.
So in the Tao said, you have to change the way you have make love, okay? So the Tao said, when you feel arousal orgasm, that is the best medicine, the best pharmacy that you can have. So in the Tao said, when you feel arousal orgasm in the sexual area, now you don't go, we say 10. Number 10 is ejaculation. Number 9 is too close to ejaculation. Number 7 and 8, you feel so good. And the Tao said that is the perfect energy or perfect medicine. So if you bring this orgasm, because the people have orgasm down here, and we call orgasmic outpour, they pour out and they finish. And you say, oh my God, I need more orgasm. And you don't have any more orgasm because you spill off everything. But if you keep them and you have sex enough, long enough, and you feel arousal orgasm, you bring this orgasm up. In the Tao say, if you bring them into organ, it's a healing. So you see here, if you have a lot of orgasm in the genital area, you bring them up, you lightly contract the anus and bring them up into left and right kidney, okay? And you bring them, and you can bring into any organs, like you bring up into the liver, to the spleen, to the lung, to the heart, into the brain. It really gives the brain energy.
Yeah, and I think that you've said before that the Tao universal energy, 25% is stored in the sexual organs. And so I think what Master Chia is trying to say is that most of us in the West think that it's orgasm, ejaculation, and then you're done. And then when in fact, if you, instead of going to 10 where the ejaculation is, go to 7 and breathe and pull up on I think it's called the PC muscle, you can pull all that sexual energy into your body, into your kidneys and liver and up into your brain. And it's the most healing energy possible, and use it for good, and only ejaculate when you want to make babies. Is that right?
Yes, right. Because the more energy you can have into the organ and to the brain, you have a lot of creation power. You can really, you don't believe that how much wisdom, knowledge, and creation power you have, because the sexual energy is the creating power. It's creating a human, creating a human from one perfect cell into trillion and trillion and trillion cells. So this is the tremendous power that we have inside the sexual organ, but you still can enjoy your life, enjoy sex. You can enjoy your sex.
And I remember when you were here at Master Chia in London, I asked you at the end of one of our conversations, how do you get inspiration for writing a book? And you said, sexual energy. You was like, that's what I use. And you pull it into your brain and you get all of these ideas and energy. Is that right?
Yes. Actually, when people really learn it in a proper way, because this is more detailed in a workshop, or we call healing love, love that heal. Because when you learn it proper, a little bit detail, you can really feel that, hey, this sexual energy is tremendous power that stay in the lower center, either get out or either get up, okay? So when you get up, you bring them to organ by organ or bring up to the brain, you have a lot of creation power. So if I want to finish a book, I just make love and I draw my loving energy up into the brain. And I have a lot of energy. If I ejaculation, I have to go to sleep. But if I draw them up to the brain, I think I'm going to get up and write my book and finish the book.
And I think in the West, Master Chia, as men, when we grow up as boys, when we first, masturbate, it's in the bathroom with the door locked, and we're trying to do it super fast before mom catches us. And so we have this weird relationship with sex where, like you said, it happens down here, and we try to do it quick, and all we know is ejaculation, and we forget, and then sex becomes bad or dirty or a sin, and we forget that the sexual energy can actually heal us and give us creativity and energize our whole bodies if we learn the teachings of you and the Tao to pull it into our bodies and help our immune system. It's a big eye-opener if people can do this for their bodies and their minds, as opposed to just think of it as this one little thing that happens down in our organs. And I think that's what you teach. And women can have multiple orgasms, so they understand the power, I think, a bit more. But with men, it's really hard to understand this.
So in the workshop, we actually teaching the people, the men have to learn how to make woman ejaculation, because women are different. Women only lost one egg in every month, but men is no limit. It can ejaculation, and because men have to continue producing sperm, and when the lady are ready, okay, and they don't know when they is ready. So men have to make 100 million to 200 million sperm ready to ejaculation to have a baby, okay? So that's why in the Tao said, the body don't care about you. You want to have baby and no baby, the sperm gonna produce. And lady is the menstruation. When the egg are mature coming down, the body going to prepare to make milk. And in the vagina, in the uterus, the liner prepared, like egg yolk prepared to feed the egg. So this one, it continue on like that. So the Tao of this practice, you started to get to make your body stronger, and later on, this energy can fit into the spiritual work.
And Master Chia, we talked about men and kind of not getting to 10 where you ejaculate, but taking your arousal energy to about a 7 and then pulling the energy up. What about for women? How do they need to understand their own bodies? I know that you've taught about the 3 gates and the different parts of a woman. It's important for women to know and for men to know how that works. Is that right?
Because women have 3, we call 3 gate and 3 water. I mean, every woman can capable of at least 1 or 2 or 3 or even 6 or 10 ejaculation in one making love. So everybody are different. So, but a simple theory is that if woman is fluid, is yin, is fluid. So if woman want to have more fluid, or we call juicy, wet, all the woman have to do drink more water, because 90% of all the fluid is water. So drink more water, and women have so many glands that producing a lot of fluid. So sometimes we call the squash. The lady squash out the fluid. But in the Tao said, there are 3 gates. So one is the clitoris can, if we learn how to work on the lady until the lady ejaculation is clitoris. And the second one, all the Western people know the name called G-spot. And the third one is the, we call the uterus orgasm. So at least all these 3 places have fluid, and a lady can ejaculation. But lady ejaculation lose lesser energy than men. Men, one ejaculation is 100 million sperm.
Okay, so the women don't lose as much energy, and they have the ejaculations at those different places, and those are the three gates. And for the women, should they also be drawing that energy up into their brains and into their organs as well, the same as men?
Yes, because when make love in the Tao practice, we always talk about we call a screwing technique, because so the lady have to learn how to do the screwing technique, like it's the second, okay? So when we, in a normal way, we call bumping technique, okay? You in and out bumping technique. But when you are spiral, you screwing on the left, you screw left and you screw right, you know?
Can you do that from the front as well? Can we see that from the front as well? Okay.
So you see, you screw left, we call left screw.
Okay.
I don't know, this is the bad, very bad word in English, there, right? We call screw you, is the bad word.
Yeah, I guess it's...
In the Tao technique, it called screwing technique.
Okay.
Called bumping technique.
Okay.
All the ladies' sensitive point is on shadow, and you on the wall, it's not in and out. So in and out, you miss them. So you have to screwing technique. So you screw left, and you screw right, and you front and you one deep. So that is a screwing technique. So that's why they have to learn how to spiral. So let's stand up, because this alone, the sacrum alone, are spiraling on the sacrum, because we sit on the sacrum. This is a pump, and it's all the nervous system are coming right down into this sacrum area. So we sit too long, we press on this nerve, and the energy don't move very well. So every day you have to learn how to spiral on your sacrum. So you touch the sacrum and you spinning like this. You see, you spin and you reverse. So we call screwing technique. So in the Tao, they actually say screwing technique, not a bumping technique. We are bumping in and out, you miss everything.
Okay, and what is the screwing technique actually doing? Like, what is it activating?
Screw on the wall.
Okay.
Screw on the wall. So all like the clit, and you have the leg. So the tip of the iceberg you only see on the top, but the clitoris have the leg and the bulb, the expansion part is on the wall here. Okay. And the G-spot is only about not even 1 inch or about 3.5 centimeters, about this much only. So if you're bumping in, you miss everything. So they call screwing technique, not bumping technique.
Okay. Wow, that's super helpful, Master Chia. Anything else that while you're standing up that we should know about techniques or anything else?
So the whole key is they have to make sure the hip are moved, because making love is the hip and the sacrum. So when you are, so lady is important. In the olden time, they train the lady, the weight have to spin, the sacrum had to spin, and the hip have to move. The hip had to move. So like they're dancing, all the belly dancer wall and the hip wall, the same, because that is how this, so the people can just do the hip, the weight spiral,
okay,
and the hip spiral.
Is that for men and women?
You sit too long, yeah. If you sit too long,
right,
and you get exhausted, you stand up and you spiral a little bit, reverse spiral, and the sacrum spiral, and you feel the brain activate, because this is the sacrum pump and the cranial pump. So when you use this sacrum pump spiral and reverse spiral, now you activate the cranial pump. And now they discover that when people sit too long, the sparkle fluid don't flow, the beginning of making the brain not very active.
Okay. And you said the belly dancers, they're controlling that area of their hips and their stomach, and that's what you're saying they used to teach the women to do.
That is what they are in the palace. They teach the concubine, the queen, and the princess and the concubine to all this, like the same thing like belly dancing and the hip movement and how to make love with the king, you know.
Okay. Wow, those Taoists didn't mess around, did they? Anything that we didn't cover on the sexual energy, Master Chia? Anything? I know you had a diagram you had there briefly, but anything else that we need to tell people?
The thing that I like to tell the people that you just follow the golden statement. Actually, in olden time, one time they actually carved this one on a gold plate. And the gold plate is very simple. Is that if you are 20 years old, you are ejaculation about every 4 days, you ejaculation one. But nowadays, younger people, they ejaculation every day, sometimes few times a day. They're too much because the body cannot build fast enough and they have to borrow. You drain out so much energy and they borrow from the kidney and borrow from the brain and we drain our brain, okay? Now, if you're 30 years old, it's 8 days. If you're 40 years old, it's 16 days. If you're 50 years old, it's 21 days. If you're 60 years old, it's 30 days. So you see here, now, for example, you said when you are 40 years old, if you are having sex, you can have every day. If you practicing it, you can have every day, but you don't have the ejaculation. When you feel highly arousal, draw them up into the organ and the brain. So we call organ orgasm and brain orgasm, and you go up into a higher level, we call it spiritual orgasm, and the soul and spirit orgasm. So, and you can have, for example, 16 days, you can have sex few times. And finally, if you go up into 16 days, you can ejaculation. So the downside, if you follow this method, you are long life. You're healthy and you're long life.
And how about you, Master Chia? How many days do you go between ejaculations?
Now it's go up to 30 days. You don't have to be all the time.
Okay, but you're 30 days plus for you.
Yes.
Okay, and so people, just so you're clear, if you're 40, you can have sex every day and you can have 10 orgasms every day, but you're pulling the energy up into your brain and your organs and you're getting creative and you're building your immune system, but you're only ejaculating every 16 days. And so that's what people just need to understand. And even if you're 20, like you said, you shouldn't be ejaculating twice a day. You're going to lose all your vital energy. So learn these techniques and find a way to have these multiple orgasms. That's what's very important, right?
Yes.
And again, what age should I teach my boys how to have their orgasms?
Now, when they started to work, you know, nowadays boy and girl are mature very fast. Like boy is 12 years old, already have making sperm. And a girl can be 10 years old, they already have menstruation. Okay, they're supposed to be about 13 or 14. But they already have menstruation, okay? So when they have menstruation and the boy have sperm, they want to make love. You cannot suppress them because when the hormone comes, they just cannot take it. And when the lady egg mature, the lady also very few, they want to have love, the lady. But the lady or the girl radiate out energy or a smell, or a hormone smell. And the boy get close to it, the boy just want to make love. So they know where they can hold that.
Okay, so you need to kind of teach them early about these things.
Yes.
Okay.
In the Tao, we said you massaging the penis, tell the boy to, we call initiation of bodyhood. So if you massage the penis and you make them stronger and stronger and teach them when they feel arousal. So you teach them very simple. When you feel highly arousal, you close to ejaculation or not too close, you bring the energy upward. It takes a while to tell them that you don't have to ejaculation every time. So in this technique, we call initiation a boyhood. You tell them to be, now you're going to be a man now because you have sperm, okay? But nowadays, because of food and hormone too much, and the people get mature much earlier.
Is that sharpening the sword when you're talking about how they...
Sharpen the sword and draw the energy upward.
Okay, and sharpening the sword is...
Orgasmic upward draw.
Okay. And part of your daily practice is pulling the penis and sharpening the sword. You do that every day, like 30 times one side and 30 times the other side, right?
Right. But if you feel arousal, you rest and draw the energy upward. So you are practicing upward draw, orgasmic upward draw up into the center, into higher center.
Okay. How old were your sons when you taught them this?
My son, I have him in a workshop, and I always teach in a workshop, and they learn from the workshop.
Okay. I'm just wondering if my sons, when they're 10 and 12, are going to want me to talk to them about this, or if they're going to run away when I talk about this.
I think that is the father's job, to talk to the son. And the girl is the mother's job, responsible to talk to the girl openly, because they already have menstruation and already have sexual energy and sexual hormone. You don't talk to them. It's just like they're going to close the door and or they just sneak out to have sex with a girl. You know, you have no. But if you tell them, now they will start to be more control. And if they can draw the orgasmic upward draw, they have smart. They're getting smarter. They study much better.
Yeah, Master Chia. I mean, your parents were Chinese, but you grew up in Thailand. Is that right?
Yes.
And you know, in the East, and in Thailand especially, I mean, you look at sex differently. I mean, you look at sex as something that's a biological process, just like your heart beating or breathing or digestion, which gives you a way of looking at this from an energy standpoint. Whereas in the West and with Western religions, we look at sex as a sin and bad and dirty and shameful. I mean, can you just talk about how you see things differently from the Tao versus us in the West?
That means I grew up in a Christian family, and I inherit a lot of this. But when I study in China, in Hong Kong, and I read a lot of books, a lot of Tao books, they talk about this thing more like anatomy part, like the physiology part, and like our body and the energy. So we talk about energy. So everything is energy. Sexual energy is energy, you know. So they started to see things, and now the Einstein, that when the formula is still using it, E = mc squared. Everything turned to energy. Okay, we don't see them, but we can feel their energy. We feel the arousal orgasm. We feel it, but that is the energy. But we can, if we learn how to feel that, and we learn how to control it, and learn how to bring them upward, you can feel that, oh, I feel energy, and this sexual energy are so beneficial to me. Now you start to learn how to energy.
Okay, and so you had your own Christian upbringing that you had to kind of fight with when you learned these energy techniques, and then you concluded that it shouldn't be a judgment thing, it should be about energy, and the religion shouldn't tell you what to do.
That means the religion is very good, give people something about this is sin. But in the Tao, we don't talk about sin all the time. We talk about negative and positive. And the major part is find a balance of negative and positive. So like a pH balance, not too acidic, not too alkaline, and find a balance. So the same thing in negative thing or energy thing, have to find a balance. Everything have to have a pH balance, and come to, when the pH balance, the world will be more moving better.
Okay, and during this period of lockdown and during the coronavirus, should people be focusing on their sexual energy and using that intentionally?
Yes, I think that if they really learn, just simple today, if they really learn, when they make love, they don't have to ejaculation. Because if locked down for 3 months, maybe sometimes we have more population, we have more baby in this period than before. And I not think that now, but when you learn a simple way, you don't have to ejaculation every time. And when you feel arousal orgasm, you bring them upward and you feel the sexual energy really improve your immune system and defense system. It really improve it.
Yeah.
What the down know for 1,000 years that way.
So powerful. Master Chia, I am such a huge fan of everything you teach. You're such a smart man. So people should definitely go and learn more about all of these techniques from you. You've got incredible books. You've got a website. I know you've got some online training coming up as well. Master Chia, anything we didn't talk about today or anything we missed or any final thoughts you have about this strange time we're in?
The strength time is we're talking about, I think that repeating the thing that we talked from the beginning is that emotional. Emotional, if you want to learn more, like the previous London Real talking about the inner smile or some of the securing sound and the smile inwardly and the breathing in the negative and burn them in the heart. So you keep you are not negative. When you keep you are not thinking, because you have to train for a while to make sure the subconsciousness not always control you. But you put a good habit, a good thought into the subconsciousness. So now you will automatically, we will think better. Okay, and you don't think about negative, worry something that too much worry. And too much anxiety and too much fear causing all the energy and the immune system down, and we're going to get sick.
Yeah, so very important right now. So I'm going to start doing this tomorrow morning, Master Chia. After I meditate in the morning, I'm going to start doing my thymus laughing. I'm going to do my abdominal laughing. I'm going to take the fire in my heart. I'm going to breathe in all of my fears and negative energies and hates, and I'm going to hold them, burn them out, and I'm going to exhale them, and I'm going to make positive energy to everyone in my house. I'm then going to take the ultra-violent rays, and I'm going to surround my body with them in the room, and then I might try to put some light on my perineum and give that whole thing a try with the moonlight and try to channel that into my white blood cells, and then think about the diet as well with the onions. This is super powerful stuff, Master Chia. You are an amazing man, and I really appreciate all your teachings.
I forget. I want to add one more thing.
Good. One more. Go ahead.
Is the oxygen. You know, if you can have an order online, oxygen, portable oxygen tank, because this is also giving power to the white blood cell and giving power to perineum. So you put the mask on it and you breathe in the oxygen, the white, and think the white energy going down into the perineum. And this white energy radiate out into all the white blood cells. It's very simple, very practical, and it really can do it every day. You know, just a few minutes holding the oxygen and breathe and think about all this oxygen of energy turn into white energy and give power to the white blood cell. That alone will really help you, because white blood cell is the biggest army we have.
And that's using an oxygen tank?
Oxygen tank or portable oxygen.
Okay.
They're selling very smaller. People can just carry them. But nowadays we need, because this is the lung. And you really give the power to the lung. But that oxygen, when you have enough, it will supply the power into the white blood cell.
Okay. Wow. Super powerful stuff. Master Chia, I know you're in the Tao Garden, and I know I owe you a visit to Thailand to come and see you.
Yeah, we prepare for you.
You're ready for me.
You come.
I can't wait to come and see you. And again, if people want to learn more about Mantak Chia, it's mantakchia.com. He's got incredible books, incredible live events. He's also got some live trainings online coming up soon, so they should subscribe to those. And I can't say enough about what you teach, Mantak. It's absolutely amazing. And if people are hearing this for the first time, a lot of people are going to say, this sounds crazy. That's what I thought the first time. But over the years, I've found that pretty much every single thing Master Chia says is true. So thanks so much, sir. I appreciate you. I think we all need this right now in this crazy time of fear and phobias. I think we need to stay positive and keep our immune system going. So thanks so much, Master Chia. I really appreciate you. Khop kum krap.
Yes, thank you. I just said if you want to be, now you have no way to get out, you can study online and live transmission and try my energy. I transmit energy live to you. And so you go to mantakchia.com, you can see live online. And we translate into 7 languages also.
Wow.
All the major languages in the Europe,
I love it. And I highly recommend everyone attend those. They're amazing. I might attend them as well. I know they're coming up some in the next few days. So go to mantakchia.com and sign up for that. Again, Mantak was at our summit event last year and he killed it. So again, thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate you. You're the man. And I hope everybody takes these practices. These are real. Put these into your body. You're going to feel amazing energy, build your immune system, be super creative. It's just next level. So thank you, Master Chia. I will see you soon in London next time or in Thailand. Okay? Khop kum krap.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome for you to come.
All right. Thank you, sir. And for everybody here watching, thanks so much. If you want to watch our previous 5 episodes with Master Chia, go to londonreal.tv. Lots of things happening there. Thanks so much for tuning in. And we'll see you next time on London Real. Bye.